I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert and this YouTube channel. In this video, you'll discover the nootropic benefits of maca. Now, this is an update to a video I did on maca several years ago. In this video, I'll tell you what maca is, where it comes from, and why experienced neurohackers use it. I'll share with you some clinical studies demonstrating the benefits of maca, and I'll tell you how much and what type of maca to use, any potential side effects, including certain drug contraindications, and the best types of maca to buy. So why should you want to listen to this video about maca? Well, because many find that their stamina is better and their performance in any sport gets a boost when using maca. Maca improves libido, sperm count, mobility, decreases anxiety and depression. It lowers elevated blood pressure, it increases energy levels and stamina. It reduces PMS symptoms, including improved mood. It seems to boost cognitive function and memory, and it reduces an enlarged prostate. Young people report less acne when using maca. They're more productive, and everything just seems easier. And older biohackers find that using maca provides the energy boost that they're looking for, without any anxiety or jitters, and no blood pressure issues. Sound good? Now, before we get started, please hit the subscribe button for this channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps YouTube know to suggest this channel to someone else who may need this information too. And hit the share button so that others can learn about maca and how it may help them deal with their brain health issues. And I also do personal consultations. So if you're frustrated with trying to figure out which nootropics to use for the best and quickest results, consider getting professional help. Invest in yourself. Spend an hour with me and I'll get you back on track. You'll find a link to my calendar down in the notes section for this video. Or click on the link up above if it's up there. And let's start working together. So stay with me for a few minutes and I'll tell you more about maca. Let's get started. Maca is a native Peruvian plant growing over 4,000 meters or 13,000 feet high in the Andes Mountains. The maca plant is of the Brassica or mustard family and Lepidium genus. Its closest relative to the other plants are rapeseed, mustard, turnip, cabbage, garden cress, and watercress. Native Peruvians, now this is pre-Inca, have cultivated maca for at least 2,000 years. It is the only sustainable food crop that can grow in the harsh, cold conditions of the upper Andean plateau. Maca has the highest nutritional value of any food crop grown at this altitude and is a staple diet of people living high in the Andes. Modern Peruvian herbal medicine uses maca as an immune booster for anemia, tuberculosis, menstrual disorders, PMS, stomach cancer, sexual dysfunction, and for enhancing memory. Maca is growing in popularity as a superfood and a dietary supplement worldwide. Neurohackers are using maca to increase energy, athletic endurance, mental clarity, boost libido in men and women, help tame PMS symptoms, including mood and chronic fatigue syndrome. Maca is used as a sports supplement by strength and endurance athletes to improve trial performance, likely due to better energy metabolism and improved antioxidant status. Natives in the central Peruvian Andes traditionally had their children eat maca to improve their performance in school, likely due to maca's ability to boost acetylcholine and act as an antioxidant. Maca has been used for well over 2,000 years by people living high in the Andes for nutrition and to enhance fertility in humans and animals, and has gained popularity worldwide over the last few years as a nootropic supplement and for its medicinal properties. Traditionally, maca is harvested and dried naturally for long-term storage. The hard maca is then boiled in water to soften it and often used by the natives as a juice. Maca contains the amino acids leucine, arginine, phenylalanine, lysine, glycine, alanine, valine, isoleucine, glutamic acid, serine, aspartic acid, histidine, threonine, tyrosine, methionine, and proline. Maca also contains the minerals iron, calcium, copper, zinc, and potassium. And maca contains the metabolites and alkaloids that are only found in this plant. Maca comes in 3 primary colors, yellow, red, and black. Clinical studies have revealed that each color of maca has different concentrations of metabolites, which likely explains the different biological properties described for maca. Next, I'll tell you how maca works in your brain, so please stay tuned. Maca boosts brain health and function in several ways, but 2 in particular stand out. First, maca boosts anandamide. The maca compound macamide is structurally similar to anandamide, a neurotransmitter that binds to cannabinoid receptors in your brain. Anandamide is known as the bliss molecule, and its name comes from the Sanskrit ananda, meaning joy or bliss or delight. Studies have also revealed that maca acts as a fatty acid amide hydrolase inhibitor, which is known to break down anandamide. Researchers think that maca provides its pharmacological effects by prolonging the presence of anandamide in your brain and possibly binding to cannabinoid receptors, which may account for maca's ability to boost libido, regulate hormones, and regulate metabolism, improve memory, and act as an antidepressant. And the second way maca works in your brain is it reduces anxiety and depression. Maca is well known for boosting libido, sexual function, and reducing anxiety and depression in both men and women. But studies show that maca does this without having any direct effect on hormones. Researchers at Victoria University in Australia conducted a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial with 29 postmenopausal women. The women were given 3.3 grams per day of maca or a placebo for a total of 12 weeks in this crossover trial. Blood samples for estradiol, follicle-stimulating hormone, sex hormone-binding globulin, thyroid-stimulating hormone, full lipid profiles, glucose, and serum cytokines were collected at 6 and 12 weeks, as well as a test to assess the severity of menopausal symptoms. No differences were found in serum concentrations of hormones from the baseline, but there was a significant reduction in scores for anxiety and depression. The study concluded that maca at 3.3 grams per day reduced anxiety and depression independent of hormone levels. Antidepressant activity has been shown with all 3 varieties of maca, yellow, red, and black. Research has not proven this yet, but I speculate that this antidepressant activity, including a boost in libido with maca, could be due to some of the amino acids it provides, including tyrosine and GABA, and its antioxidant activity in the brain. Next, we'll explore how things get bad quickly when you are nutrient deficient, so don't go anywhere. Most of us do not get the phytonutrients from food our body and brain need every day. The nutrients that we need to contribute to neurotransmitter synthesis and release, neuroprotection, including preventing oxidative damage from free radicals. A deficiency in these nutrients contributes to chronic inflammation, accelerated aging, high cholesterol and triglycerides, increased belly fat, insulin resistance, mitochondrial insufficiency and dysfunction, neurodegeneration, and a poor sex life. Maca is unique in the number and quantity of amino acids and metabolites found only in this plant that supports mood, learning, memory, sexual well-being, and overall health. Next, we'll dig into the benefits of adding maca to your nootropic stack, so please stay tuned. Maca has been used as a staple food source by the native Inca and pre-Inca of the central Peruvian Andes for thousands of years. The Inca first domesticated the plant over 2,000 years ago, and in 1553, Spanish conquistador Cieza de Leon recorded the first written description of maca use. Maca is rich in calcium, copper, vitamin B1, B2, B6, vitamin C, iron, iodine, manganese, niacin, potassium, zinc, 20 different fatty acids, including linoleic, palmic, and oleic acids, and 19 amino acids, including leucine, arginine, phenylalanine, histidine, threonine, tyrosine, and methionine, and choline and GABA. Maca also includes macamides and the alkaloid macaridine, which are unique to this plant. The Inca used maca to boost energy and for endurance, to treat sexual dysfunction in men and women, to support the immune system, to tame menopause symptoms, menstrual issues, help memory and cognition, and even some cancers. The macamides in maca boost anandamide levels, which increase mood and feelings of happiness. Maca reduces hemoglobin, which contributes to chronic mountain sickness. Maca protects against oxidative stress and free radical damage in brain cells. Maca improves libido, sperm count, and mobility. It decreases anxiety and depression. It lowers elevated blood pressure. It increases energy levels and stamina. It reduces PMS symptoms, including improved mood. It seems to boost cognitive function and memory, and it reduces an enlarged prostate. Maca truly lives up to its superfood label and may be considered an adaptogen. Next, I'll tell you how maca feels when you take it as a supplement, so please stay tuned. Maca has a unique smell that some find unpleasant. So if the smell offends you, I recommend doing what I do and make your own capsules, or hide your maca in a smoothie or a juice. Supplementing with maca should increase your energy levels, but not with the same rush that you would get from coffee or an energy drink. Instead, it feels more like you just woke up from a great night's sleep. Many find that their stamina is better and their performance in any sport gets a boost with maca. Some report that when using maca, it provides an increase in libido and a noticeable reduction in PMS symptoms. Young people report less acne when using maca. They're more productive and everything just seems a little easier. Older biohackers find that using maca provides the energy boost they're looking for, without any anxiety or jitters and no blood pressure issues. Now, if you are unfortunate enough to live in a cold climate, maca may help you combat the winter blues. Your overall mood should be more upbeat and positive when using maca as a nootropic supplement. And using maca every day helps keep you regular. Next, I'll talk about some of the clinical research that's been done at research institutions around the world with maca, so don't go anywhere. Much of the research that has been promoted in the press has been done by a couple of supplement manufacturers, attempting to promote maca as an aphrodisiac and testosterone booster. Now, while it's true that maca boosts libido in many people, it has no effect on hormones, including testosterone. The most trustworthy research has been done at Peruvian University, but most of it was with animals. And while helpful, you should read the studies closely and carefully to learn how maca works in your brain and body. The bottom line will always be how well this nootropic supplement works for you, not for somebody else. A study was conducted at Peruvian University to determine the effects of yellow, red, and black maca on cognitive function and depression. The subjects were mice. The animals were treated for 21 days in 4 groups. The control group, yellow maca, red maca, and black maca. Learning and depression were assessed during the study. The study concluded that black maca was better at improving cognition and learning, and all varieties of maca showed antidepressant activity. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover trial was conducted at Victoria University in Australia with 14 postmenopausal women. The women used 3.5 grams per day of powdered maca or a placebo for 12 weeks. Blood samples were analyzed for estradiol, follicle-stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and sex hormone binding globulin, and the women were assessed for the severity of menopausal symptoms. No differences were seen in the hormone tests, but researchers found that the women experienced a significant reduction in anxiety and depression while using maca, independent of estrogen and androgen activity. At weeks 8 and 12, red maca improved mood in around 80% of the subjects. At week 12, more than 90% of the subjects consuming red maca manifested an increase in energy. Another study with 175 people was conducted at Peruvian University who were given 3 grams of either a placebo, black, or red maca daily for 12 weeks. Half of the volunteers lived at low altitudes and the other half at high altitudes. Consumption of extracts of red and black maca resulted in improvement in mood, energy, health-related quality of life scores, and chronic mountain sickness. The study found that effects on mood and energy in mountain sickness were better with red maca. The health-related quality of life questionnaire is universally used to assess things like physical, mental, emotional, and social functioning. In other words, it assesses the positive aspects of a person's life. such as positive emotion and life satisfaction. A study conducted at Peruvian University with 50 subjects who were living 13,000 feet or 4,000 meters above sea level in the central Peruvian Andes. Half the participants were Maca consumers and the other half did not use Maca. The study was done with people living at a high altitude because of the prevalence of chronic mountain sickness. Living at high altitude is associated with increased hemoglobin levels, which in turn produces oxidative stress measured by inflammatory marker interleukin-6. Elevated interleukin-6 has been associated with aging, obesity, increased incidence of heart disease, and cognitive impairment. Researchers concluded that after conducting the health-related quality of life survey, that consumption of maca resulted in higher health status scores and lower chronic mountain sickness scores. One of the major side effects of taking SSRIs for treating depression is sexual dysfunction and reduced libido. Researchers in the psychiatry department of Massachusetts General Hospital decided to see if they could figure out a way to counteract this problem. The team conducted a double-blind, randomized study with 20 depressed, mostly female, patients with a mean age of 36 years who were experiencing SSRI-induced sexual dysfunction. The subjects were given either 1.5 grams or 3 grams of maca per day for the duration of the study. The researchers found that the high-dose group, the 3 gram per day group, had a significant improvement in relief from sexual dysfunction, but not the 1.5 gram group. The study concluded that maca root may alleviate SSRI-induced sexual dysfunction and there may be a dose-related effect. Maca may also have a beneficial effect on libido. Next, I'll share with you how much maca to use or the best maca dosage. So please don't go anywhere. The recommended dosage of maca for cognitive benefit is up to 5 grams per day. And like most nootropics, more does not always work better. Too much maca will upset your stomach. Next, I'll talk about maca side effects. So don't go anywhere. Maca is non-toxic and safe at recommended doses. Higher doses of maca can cause intestinal gas. Raw maca, maca that's not gelatinized, contains high amounts of glucosinolates, which can cause problems if you have thyroid issues. In other words, if you're hypothyroid. No drug interactions or contraindications have been reported. Next, I'll share with you the best type of maca to buy. We're almost done here, so please stay tuned. Maca is available in powder, capsules, flour, liquor, or extract. As a nootropic supplement, it's typically used in powder form dissolved in water or a smoothie, or in capsule form. In general, maca is available as dehydrated raw or dried powder, or gelatinized maca powder. Maca is gelatinized by boiling and pressurizing the raw material to remove fiber to make it easier to digest. Maca is traditionally cooked by the Andean people. So gelatinized maca works best for nootropic benefit. Ignore any advice that claims raw maca is best because it's simply not true. Maca is available in yellow, red, or black, and each provides unique benefits. Black maca has been shown to boost learning and memory, and all 3 types of maca provide antidepressant benefits. The purest maca comes from high in the Andes of Peru. Certified organic is a bit of an oxymoron, because all the maca that's grown in the Peruvian Andes is naturally organic. Beware that maca is also popular now in China, and some maca for export comes from that country and should be avoided. If it says made in China, do not buy that maca and find one that is grown in Peru. So that's my updated report on maca. If you want to see links to the studies I talked about, go to my website, Nootropics Expert, and search for maca. Or click on the link below, down in the notes section below this video. Now, once you're at my website, Nootropics Expert, you'll find a full transcript for this video. You'll also find dozens of articles on all the well-known nootropics over on my website, Nootropics Expert. If you haven't already, download your free copy of Secrets of the Optimized Brain. Secrets is nearly 100 pages and contains details on 92 of the most popular nootropics used today. And my 4-time award-winning book, the second edition of Head First, The Complete Guide to Healing and Optimizing Your Brain with Nootropic Supplements, is available. Head First, the second edition, is 962 pages and is available in hardcover, paperback, or for iPad or Kindle. You can get your copy at any major bookseller, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, Apple Books, Walmart, and others. You'll find a link to these stores down below in the notes section below this video. And did I mention that Head First won 4 awards? You really need to get a copy if you haven't already. Head First is available worldwide. And one more thing. If you're feeling frustrated and you think you could use some professional help with choosing the right nootropics or figuring out how to deal with your brain health issues, consider booking a personal consultation with me. You'll find a link to my calendar down below in the notes section below this video. And if you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you leave. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. And thank you for watching. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.